Hey, what is going on, you guys? Welcome to One of Each, the Dumb and Hungry podcast, where we talk about our food adventures and our favorite food groups. I'm Angelo, the Dumb and Hungry.
And I'm Mychow.
And thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing all right. Mychow, how are you today?
I'm okay. Just another day, another soul-crushing office day.
Wow. Well, I hope in the meantime, I hope your activities can be fun and your belly full. But I don't know. Hope you get through it.
Yeah. Like, what was it? We had a friend stay over last weekend. She was here for International Lolita Day.
Mm-hmm. For what now?
International Lolita Day.
We've talked about Lolita before, kind of that unique Japanese fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just kind of remind me again? Speechless,
Honestly,
huh?
to explain it. I don't know how to explain it, so I'm just going to tell you to look up. It's just, frilly dresses, usually specifically designed, famous, one of the more popular.
I think this is what we did too. I think we
look
ended up.
it up.
Yeah.
Look it up, Angelic Pretty on your thing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, give me 1 second. But so your friend came over to celebrate that specifically, huh? And where did they come from?
She's from Sacramento, I think, or NorCal.
Took you a minute.
Sacramento or
remember that?
Yeah, because her local con is San Jose, so it's probably one of those two.
Okay.
ILD is twice a year, once in the summer, once in June, once in December.
Is that right? Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. I pull this up here. So we have many different results. Hopefully safe for work, but that's fine.
Yes. What?
I don't know. I have no idea. These are just different examples of what they can be.
That's true.
Yeah. Very, very unique look here.
So that's the thing. But anyway, the reason I bring that up is because a very common place where we go to eat with this friend of hers is Yellow House. But as you all know, Yellow House dead. So went to Anju House. It was her first time, and one of our other friends' first time at Anju House instead of Yellow House, and it was still pretty good. It was still the same as it was.
What did your friend think of it?
She got the. Oh yeah, she said it was because I forgot what it was called, but it's like a stew, Korean stew with just a bunch of seafood, and it was the same quality. She said, and in fact, she said it was a little better just because it had more shellfish.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, so she was impressed by it.
Sounds like a win for Anju House.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you get the same thing like last time, or did you get something different? I mean, what? I think last time we got that meat plate.
I did get the big meat plate. I did this time. Oh, I got the cheese pork cutlet, which is, I don't know if Yellow House had that, but I've had it before at other places, and it's just, I don't know. To me, it's like Korean comfort food. So it was good. It was good quality. They have two options. I don't know. There's one with rice and another option where it's more expensive, but I assume it's all meat. I don't know.
Okay.
Next time I'll have to research this.
That's fine. Just whatever you remember. I mean, it sounds like it was good.
No, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna get the bigger one next time.
Okay, good. For science.
Yeah. Of course. For the pod.
Well, that sounds good. And hopefully your friend had a good time then.
Yeah. And then we actually went to the downtown Disney, or not downtown Disney, but after that we went to the Anaheim employee Disney store or whatever. Because Carmen, thanks Carmen, gave me a flyer that lets you go without an employee with you. So.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So the employee store is just kind of this kind of special store, typically for employees to get good discounts on merch and stuff.
Yeah. And this one, the one in Anaheim is more for their like overstock stuff. So they had like Halloween stuff, Hanukkah stuff, Christmas stuff.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Are there other stores, that exist or locations?
Of that nature, I just know the one in Burbank as well.
Oh, there's a Burbank one. Okay.
Yeah, but by the studio.
Was there something specific you had in mind to get at the store?
No, because I've never been. So, and none of us have ever been. So we all went because it was also like the friends and family thing that the flyer Carmen gave was lots of stuff was heavily discounted even more than normal.
Cool. Okay.
They do it like twice a year to basically get rid of extra stock, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense.
But yeah, it had a lot of stuff. Like we had only night together, ended up spending $120.
Oh,
So, but
wow.
most of it's half off, so it would have been like 240,
Oh,
surprisingly.
cool. Okay. Okay.
So that was really cool.
That's a good bargain. I mean, you save a
Yeah,
lot, and get I mean, for that kind of stuff that you're getting, right? Like,
for random Disney stuff. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, that's good. Is
it's
she
too
there? Is
much,
she
I
back
will
there
say.
with you? Just kind of
Oh yeah,
fooling
she's
around.
there somewhere.
Nice. Okay. Well, that's
Most of
cool.
it was me though.
Oh, really? Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's too much. I have no self control.
Ah, okay. Well, um, well, you thank Carmen again
Yeah,
for letting you guys hooking you up. I guess that's good.
yeah. And I couldn't make it on Sunday for that because that was just us hanging out. But the Sunday they did the actual International Alita Day thing for her and her Lolita friends.
Mm-hmm.
I had to work, unfortunately. So, but they did they went to our rooftop terrace thing here at this apartment, and they did parfaits. They did a whole parfait making party thing.
Nice. You were telling me that you have some outdoor space there at your complex, right?
Yeah, because this complex has two buildings. Our building, I mean, we have access to both, but in our case, it's just more convenient to use the rooftop terrace thing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it overlooks. It's only 6 floors, so it's not like at the top, but it overlooks the Little Tokyo Library and so that direction, which is still nice. You still get a nice view out of it.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, it was cool. I saw pictures. The parfaits looked good. The dresses were Lolita.
Where did the parfaits come from?
It's a make your own parfait thing. So we bought a bunch of ingredients and the parfait cups and stuff. They did a whole thing of
how many are we talking about here? Who was there? I mean,
they had 9 people.
Wow. Okay, that's quite a good group.
Yeah, so that was cool.
And good parfaits.
I'm sad I missed it.
Yeah. Did you have any parfaits at all? Did you partake?
No, by the time they had their own. They only made one each.
Well, I mean, so anything left over for you? Like any ingredients?
Oh, there's ingredients.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you didn't bother to put them together.
No.
That's too much. That's too much work.
I will eat it separately. I've been eating the brownies, the ice cream, what is it? Yeah, the jelly roll cakes,
your own deconstructed versions of the parfaits, huh?
Basically.
Okay.
All throughout the days, which is nice. So there's that. But yeah, it was cool. I'm sad I missed out. But the parfaits look really good. Some of them, from what I saw. I didn't see all of
them. Okay, good. Well, glad they had fun. Glad they have a good time. So
yeah,
International Lolita Day. I don't know.
The first Saturday or the first weekend of June and the first weekend of December.
I see. Okay, cool. Maybe next time you'll get parfaits.
I hope so. Who knows? Next in the winter, who knows? It might be too cold up there.
Oh, I see.
But you should if you ever have any free time, you should look at some of the International Alita Day tea parties from pre-COVID. Some of them are insane.
Very elaborate, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, I remember you'd mentioned before, you guys went to a tea party. You did that somewhere nearby, like Pasadena or something like that.
Oh, the Pasadena one, Rose Tea Garden or something like that. Tea Rose Garden. So yeah, that was also, I think, International Lolita Day for December or something.
Yeah, sounds right. Yeah. Okay, good.
But the ones pre-COVID were, at least the ones she showed me pictures of, like the ones hosted by Lolita brands, like actual fashion brands, are crazy.
Wow. Okay, I'll have to look it up. I have to share with the others, like what they look like, and I don't know. I just don't know. I haven't wrapped my mind around it, but it sounds exciting. So
yeah, it's cool.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, nice. I myself have just been eating. So
everyone's got to get started somewhere.
I guess so. But yeah, just eating, just going around. It's been maybe a couple of weeks since we last saw each other. So there's been a lot of time to digest things. So
not enough for all the stuff you've listed.
No,
here.
I don't think so. It's still not enough, but there's still plenty to explore and to try. But let me bring you through a few of the things that I've had the pleasure of shoveling down my gullet. One of which is pizza. This place called Little Dynamite in the West Side, Mar Vista. I was reminded this is formerly known as Bootleg Pizza. They had a brick and mortar for a little while. They were a food a truck long before that, and they found a permanent space on the west side. So Little Dynamite, they just make great pan style pizza, just kind of that sourdough, kind of thicker crust type of pizza. And this one's just, you can see it's just ladled with stacked
Pepperoni.
with pep. So
Yeah.
they got different
Great.
types, different flavors, all manners of stuff. They might change flavors up every once in a while, but that's a good spot. And I was reminded to go there because, again, John just doesn't stop talking about trying out Detroit style or, pan style pizza. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm trying them out without him. It's kind of odd because I should be bringing him along, but, I
Try
don't
it.
know.
It's like when we went to Rafi's place. You waited until he couldn't go to decide to choose to go there.
Yeah, well, that's his own fault, but, he decided to travel to Europe instead, which is fine. We should get him on. Should get him talking about that. But anyway, his fault. Moving on, we have
Of course, always his fault.
the next spot we have is Bat and Bong in Long Beach. We've mentioned him a couple times, and he's this guy Chad is kind of known as the Cambodian cowboy. He kind of makes this Cambodian style barbecue. So we have this plate here with some brisket and some ribs and some pork belly. And you just kind of see when you kind of take a look at the menu, or even if you just get a taste, you can taste flavors that are very Cambodian leaning, very Cambodian inspired. And it just kind of makes that experience pretty nice. You can even see there we have some noodles in there.
Yeah, the better noodles.
And there are some sides there too, but that kind of very Cambodian flavors with like corn and slaw. But yeah, this was a great place. They're over at they move around, but this particular visit was at 10 Mile Brewery down in Long Beach. So yeah, that'd be a good place to try out if you're down here. But also down in Long Beach, we have proudly serving good smash burger spot. I think we've mentioned them, but referencing their Redondo Beach location. And so they're out here in Long Beach at Beechwood Brewing in downtown Long Beach. So you can get a brew and you can get a burger and sit out by the patio. So can't go wrong there. It's a good burger, solid burger, really nice. When you have a chance to try out their fries are real good. They fry them in duck fat, and so it's just nice, just a good fry. But yeah, this is also just a great burger to try. While I was there, since I was kind of nearby in that part of downtown Long Beach, it's not too far from Long Beach Creamery. So when you have a chance, you just kind of visit there too. Other bites in Long Beach include this spot, Shady Grove, and I had known of them for a little while. They had been doing pop-ups, and they recently kind of secured a brick and mortar in Long Beach, and they serve what they call Long Beach style barbecue. Still trying to, I mean, from what I tasted, it's great. I mean, we have a plate here with like tri-tip and some real great beans and asparagus and some really good toast. But I also ordered a side of, well, not really a side, but an order of rib tips. So they're kind of nicely fried up and with a side of potatoes as well. But this was, this was a good. This is a good spot. I mean, they do brunch too, but this plate was like done during dinner or whatever. But yeah, that was quite nice. I moving on, I don't remember if I've mentioned. I think I have. I'm usually looking for a good Western style burger.
Bacon cheeseburger, yeah.
Okay. You know what? So this place here was from Tams. So Tams is kind of in the know kind of burger spot. It's a long-standing, chain of burger stands. If you know, you know, kind of thing. But there are different Tams all throughout, and everyone's a little unique from each other, So this one's out in Paramount, I think, because that's the only one that was nearby that happened to mention or list a burger like this on the menu. So the thing is, I gotta tell you, there's still as much as I do like it, there's still really nothing like a Carl's Jr. Western bacon cheeseburger. Just the flavors themselves, from even the typical fast food processed meat with the the thin strips of bacon and the limpy like onion ring things, it just all together slathered in that sauce. It just makes it's just still so good. I don't know what it is. It's like this perfect formula of weird stuff that come together to make something beautiful. It just hits different, but these other, spots, they make great burgers too. Other, Western style burgers I've tried, they're great too. It's just the flavor is still different, right? Like, and, in one hand, like I'm thinking, I want to try to like have a burger with like maybe better quality ingredients, something that's not necessarily fast food, but
you don't want the better quality
ingredients. I guess not.
Apparently.
I guess that's what it is. Like, you don't get that. Like, if you want a Western style burger, you do Carl's Jr. That's the only way to get it. There's like no other way.
Good Western style cheeseburger, huh?
Yeah. There's like no other way to do it. Yeah.
Interesting.
That's exactly it. That's a life lesson. I'll tell you that right now. From all the knowledge I'll pass down, to whomever,
most important,
to my hypothetical offspring or whatever, it's like, it's Carl's. That's the answer.
What about Hardee's?
Well, it depends on your region. That can change.
The exact same.
Yeah, they're the same. Just
okay.
But
branding.
Exactly.
I haven't had a Western bacon from them in a long time.
Well, it's not too late. It's not like they closed down or anything. There's probably one. There's only one.
Yeah.
There's something nearby, somewhere close enough for you. So
yeah, why not? After this, that's I know what I'm doing.
They're probably open. Yeah, they're open now. So
they're gonna be open. Hell yeah,
absolutely, absolutely. Anyway, that's my little my little soapbox about Western style.
Western bacons. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, there are a few other items here. I will bring up now. I had some great fun at Smorgasburg recently with David, better known as Goldline, better now known as Best of LA Food. He's probably one of LA's greats as far as in the know of LA's food scene and trying out what LA has to offer and sharing that with a lot of people as his followers. So we were able to meet up at Smorgasburg. Apparently they had a burger day celebrating National Burger Day. I gotta tell you, I don't really follow too much on the food holidays. Like, I see it, but it just doesn't register with me,
What do you mean?
There was probably a time, I'm sure there was a time when I was kind of, I wouldn't necessarily go out of my way to like, it's this food holiday, I got to go and try a food or share a food or whatever on this day. I don't know.
What if they give you free stuff like Krispy Kreme on Donut Day?
I saw that. I didn't go to Krispy Kreme, so but I saw that promo, right? Free donut, obviously, and then like a $2 dozen after you buy a dozen. That's pretty good. Anyway, I'm just telling you that. But typically I don't really there's a lot of food holidays, okay? Just a lot of holidays in general. It's a lot to keep track of, okay? and there's only so much space in my brain that I can accommodate, probably because there's just so much food and cholesterol in there. So
Yeah, but you can always eat more. You don't need to know the day.
I would just eat. I mean, that's
Yeah,
fine.
exactly.
I'm sure with the amount that I'm eating, one of those things has to fall on a food holiday. Okay. One of those things has to
Exactly.
align eventually. And then, like a clock is right twice a day, right?
A broken clock is right twice a day. That's the phrase.
Whatever clock. Okay. Clocks, whatever clock you want. It's fine. Let the clock run. I'll just keep eating.
That's a sports reference, but okay.
Oh, anyway. But yes, I forgot where I was, but burgers, right? So there was that.
National Burger Day.
And we'll talk about that actually maybe a little more after we wrap this up, just in case you want to endure more with us. We'll kind of go over that a little bit. But then, we also had some fun with our friends at Monkish to try out some burgers from Yellow Paper. And Yellow Paper is a place I haven't visited in a while, and I was very excited to go out there, and I'm glad I did because they had some. There was a great burger. I mean that's a great burger to enjoy. Just a good smash burger, kind of that roadside burger stand vibe. Let me see if I can bring up something for that. I know I have something saved here, which I do. That's the burger there. And I want to thank my friends for joining me because we had a great time.
His real friends.
I didn't say that. But you did. Remember, there are no qualifications. There's just no qualifiers. We're all friends here. Okay. We're all having a good time.
There's always qualifiers, whether or not they're overt is something else.
Right. Okay. Well, imply all you will or infer all you will. I don't know. But enjoyed this very much and had some good beer as well. But that's okay. The friends.
You? Oh, okay. It's real friends, yeah.
There is one. I had some as well. I had to partake. I had to in good company. So, and after that, actually, since that was in Monkish, right in Torrance, we had dessert. We had ice cream at Concha. So, still, it's if I remember, it's 75%, right?
Is that how it works?
Yeah, 75% of every sale.
All sales, yeah. How are they even open?
I don't know. They're just so generous.
All these years.
That's philanthropy if I ever saw it. So if you have a chance, support them because they're probably giving 75% away of their stuff. So I don't know. Yeah, a lot of good stuff. There's some other few things that we'll also bring up later. Some other good spots that we've had the fun of visiting there. But yeah, well, it sounds like we've both had very interesting weeks, I guess. But speaking of food, thank you everyone for joining us again as we talk more about our food adventures. Talking about these local spots and pop-ups and good food and good people. So today we are talking about one of our favorite food groups, probably one of the only food groups we ever talk about lately, but that's totally fine. Today's food group is burgers. Again, how can you argue that with anything else? Burgers are just a foundational food group. They provide the essentials of life and building blocks for living. And you don't seem to agree.
Was there any green stuff in the burgers you had recently?
It depends, right? It may vary from burger to burger, right?
In this case?
Well, there are, you might perceive the color of green in some of those things. Now, whether those greens are actually contributing towards nutrition or, any sort of, I don't know, sustenance. I don't know. That's another story. But I can just tell you that the burgers we're going to talk about today are just excellent examples and should definitely be in your part of your foundational food groups here as part of a healthy diet or just a diet. I don't know. Actually, the way things are going, we put the dye in diet. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. These foundational food groups would do that to you.
It will. But today's food group we're talking about, today's spot we're talking about is Hangaburs. And that is, you heard that right, it's pronounced Hangaburs. This is a pop-up based in El Sereno, and they are founded and kind of owned by two very lovely ladies, Alicia and Cecilia. They are partners in life and in food. They make they make smash burgers, and they have set themselves apart in a few ways, but certainly through the food that they make. They make a kind of two styles of burger, and we'll get into it more as we kind of talk more about some of our visits there. But you can kind of see here that, we have this, what we call the kind of original style, but then we also have this other one called the tepic style. And this is probably definitely the one that has caught people's attention and has kept people from and kept people to to come back and enjoy what they're serving out there. But where you'll find them, like I said, they're based in El Sereno, but you'll find them in different parts of LA. They sometimes find their way down to the South Bay and even the OC. I think as we speak, probably this week they'll be down there in the OC. And but just as many of these guys, you can follow them on social media, Instagram name mostly, and see where they will be popping up next. We first visited them back in 2020, and I want to say this was like just when the pandemic was starting, or maybe just before. Yeah, when the pandemic was still like getting started. And, social distancing was a thing, and masking was, pretty prevalent out there. Right. But as far as, how we found out about it, I want to thank our friend Maria, who is definitely part of our friend group, and I will qualify, is a good friend. Definitely.
Oh, a good friend. People you had concert with over the weekend were not. They didn't deserve qualifiers.
I have to give her special recognition, so that's fine.
At least you remembered her this time.
I think you'll agree too. So, but yes, Maria, it's interesting because she's, up in NorCal now these days, but she went out of her way to slide into my DMs and share this with me. Like, have you tried this, or you should try this? And I had not heard of them before, even though I was really in the thick of, liking smash burgers and everything. But this was definitely a spot to that was really getting the word out, and people were finding out that this was a good burger. So I think she sent me a article from LA Taco, and I'll share that with you guys in our notes or whatever. And but it's what really set them apart was this burger called the tepic style burger, which is not necessarily original to them, but is something that they made, adapted for their own. It's a style known more in Mexico, in the area of region of Nayarit. But it is a legit style of burger down there. And as we look at pictures, we can see what it's made of and everything. But but their original style, as we'll see also, is also very good. Just the smash burger itself is a great example of what a good burger can be and is. So let me look that up here. Yeah, we find ourselves in El Sereno, and again, this was like in summer. Okay, so this is getting hot. This is warming up, warm weather, right? And again, this is when a lot of people are already like finding out about these guys, and everyone wants a piece, right? Everyone wants to try it out. So yeah, it was a long day. So I'll tell you that same day. Okay, let me just say how the day started. How it started.
Oh boy.
We had some great. We started off with actually a visit at Hamburger's Nice, We've talked about them recently. So one of those visits that we had mentioned was on the same day as this. Okay, so we started there, and then and then on to then we had barbecue at Flat Point. We just talked about Flat Point, and so one of those visits, same day as this.
Jesus.
So from one to the next, all right. And I think at that time, I'm trying to remember. I know definitely Flat Point was out on the west side, so definitely that was as far as probably I was that day. And so just imagine from the west side, right, Santa Monica, whatever, driving all the way east, right, cutting across through LA, like a whole journey, right, on a weekend or whatever, and driving up to El Sereno where they were popping.
That's an hour. Yeah.
Yeah, probably at least, right? So it just shows how. I mean, it was probably on the way home for me at least, or maybe not. I'm trying to remember my timeline here. Am I all mixed up here? No, I'm not.
No, you moved.
Oh, I had moved, or I was already like more west. Yeah, so I drove east, and I found my way in El Sereno because of this article that Maria sent me to try.
Good job, Maria.
Yeah, it was compelling, and I think it was definitely worth the visit. I'll tell you that right now. But yeah, it was hot. It was a lot of people waiting in line. We've done our share of line waiting, right? So it's not anything new to us, but it had been a minute, I think, since I had waiting in a line like that.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, because they were,
how long are we talking here?
I could remember, I mean, in my mind, it's probably like a good couple hours, Yeah, it was a long time. And again, this is like in the sun, this is like outdoors, just around the block or something. This is a neighborhood, right? So you're just like in this neighborhood sidewalk or whatever, blocking people's driveways or something.
Of course.
People trying to get it. And I remember like those streets or whatever, are relatively narrow there, and at least at that part of the neighborhood. So yeah, and people are trying to park, right? Trying to park, like get their spot, but like the residents there are trying to like park too, or like, get in or out. So I don't know, it was a challenge, I think. But yeah, it was something else. So I was excited, I could tell you. Like, I remember it was like everyone was masked up. They were distancing as best as they could. I mean, I don't know, like, but eventually people just kind of compressed together, like over time.
Of course.
Myself included, but yeah, I mean, but you could
super spreader, Angelo.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, I am. I'm definitely. You can thank me for that. But I mean, even as I drove past, the driveway and, kind of the, where they were setting up. Yeah, you could already see they had like these bright kind of, their bright yellow signs, their signage and everything. And, and you can just smell the burgers just being cooked, and just all the people just kind of gathering. And it was a great, it was just a great kind of vibe, even during this kind of uncertain, kind of difficult time. You can see people just kind of really excited to try food and be outside and, interacting, I guess, with other people. It's nice, in some ways. You have to find, you got to find the joy, I guess, in those things too. What we have here, though, what we've been showing up here is just one of the pics of the burgers that we have. This is the original, and I think their menu's still the same. It's like you have the original and you have the tippy, but this is the original. 2 smashed patties, beef patties, and then you have these pickles that are cut lengthwise. And I, when I think about it, I don't remember who I heard about this from or whatever. There's just something more, maybe it's more efficient, right? Like you have these lengthwise pickles that are cut. You just have 2 that it just covers a better area than having like several little pucks of pickle. It's efficient, and
the inconsistency is part of the burger.
That's what you're thinking. There's you're saying the inconsistency.
Yeah, different bites would have different pickle.
A little surprise in each bite, huh?
Exactly.
I see. Okay. Well, that's something worth considering, but not these guys. Okay, they're all about just having a good, consistent bite every time. So,
See, well, the thing about that is if you eat it the other way, where the pickle is the wide side, you're gonna have a bite without pickles, or without the same amount of pickles.
So maybe there is a strategy on how to eat it then.
I guess so.
Well, it doesn't matter because they should eat it in like one bite anyway. So.
Oh, I see. Sliders.
Yeah. So these are sliders.
Biggest sliders in life.
That's right. Well, it depends on who you ask, and it's all relative anyway.
That is true.
But you can tell this is a pandemic shot. You can see the
of course.
Yeah, the staging and the blanket and everything there. But this was
not even a good blanket.
No, it was like
Not yet.
No, we weren't quite there yet. We'll see. We'll see when it makes its appearance. But but yeah, just a few shots of the original. I mean, this was like probably already like in the afternoon, maybe like 4 or 5 o'clock already. When I finally, got the food and, was ready to bounce and everything. Yeah, there's really no place to hang out, right? I mean, that's still kind of like not a thing. So you get your food and then you just bounce. So thankfully I found parking. I mean, that was fine. But yeah, so just taking some pictures and just kind of enjoying these burgers in the, I don't know, in the golden hour, I guess. But that's, this is the original. Let me see if I have the Tepic as well. So this is the Tepic. So the Tepic is, again, smash burger, 2 beef patties with cheese. You have the American cheese there. But what sets this apart is what makes it that Naruto style. That is the ham. There's like ham there. There's a little bit of panela cheese, which is like basically like a Mexican cottage cheese kind of thing. And then kind of these kind of cream, like a spicy mustard cream and ketchup deal, whatever. So yeah. And then sliced tomato. Yeah. So on top of all that, you still have all that. So it's, it's a unique take. So I think the burgers down there, in Mexico, they have them in like regular style burgers,
of course.
But here is a smash burger. I mean, this is what I guess is what it looks like. And that's it right now. It's a great burger. So
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's, you do, a little bit of that mustard cream comes through, the panela, the saltiness a little bit with the ham too. And the tomatoes playing in there as well. So shoot, I mean, it's nice. It's nice. But I knew already that this would not be the last visit. There'd be more to come. But yeah, this would be their menu, and yeah. So it's cool. I mean, we'll hopefully with what we share, the info we share, that you can kind of read through their stories and see how they kind of came up with everything and the circumstances that led to that. Of course, the pandemic I'm sure was a big part of like kind of driving them to do something like this. I think thankfully they still are very well employed and gainfully everything. So so they do these on the weekends when every so often. They try to keep a regular schedule. That's why you follow them on the socials to see what they're up to. But again, like I said, this would not be the last visit. So let's talk about another visit then. So the next one is, again, they're mostly based in El Sereno. So their next pop-up was there. And now we see the appearance of a proper backdrop here. And in this visit, I think, there was quite a bit to enjoy this day too. There was, I remember I had picked up some food from Moo's. There's a pop-up as well, happening as well, called Bridgetown Roti, and which makes some great like Caribbean style food, which you can share with that too. But once I picked up that food, I headed over to Hangaburs for their pop-up there, again in El Sereno. But I couldn't help but order, again, one of each. You have the Tepic and the original here, and just as good. I mean, you take some pictures, they look great, but they taste even better. Again, you see that tapik, you got the tomato, the mustard, the ham there. It's nice. So, this visit thankfully wasn't as hectic, I think. It's still,
Okay.
I think there was a lot. I don't remember at this point if, after that, they were kind of balancing between, doing the, just walk-ups versus, ordering for pickup or whatever, like scheduling a pickup time or something like that. So a lot of the restaurants and pop-ups, had to kind of do that, right? Coordinate that. So it'd make it easier and ensure better safety, right? For people like just getting their food. But yeah, no, this was great. So yeah, I remember I was in the trunk of the car. I had all those items. I had the box with moose, had some brisket and pork belly in there, and then I had the roadie, the Bridgetown roadie. I think it had like some oxtail in there and whatever, like in a nice kind of burrito-ish package. It was nice, and then Hangaburs, and then from all of them, I remember that I finished Hangaburs like easily. Actually, I think I finished most of them. I think I finished
Sounds about
everything.
right.
Yeah, but but definitely I remember finishing Hangaburs.
Okay.
Like first, like definitely. Yeah. But you can see here just another great shot of like how they just kind of put that together. I mean, maybe we go down to Nayarit and try to see what this style is all about down there and see how it stacks up. But I mean, you're here. I mean, we can easily visit a pop-up here and see how it is. But I got to tell you right now.
For starters.
Yeah, exactly. But you see the backdrop here, but then you see the background in this next picture, right? So they're in El Sereno, right? And if you remember who else lives in El Sereno or did, is our friend Maria, or rather her parents.
Who has not been forgotten.
No, she hasn't. In fact, she is a good friend. She's a great friend.
Okay. Great friend, he says.
If I were in T-Mobile, she'd be my top 5, right? You don't remember that?
How old are you?
Okay. Throwback. Anyway, so we have her her parents live in El Sereno, right? And so usually like I want to find a nice backdrop or what's that?
Was she here?
No, I just happened to mention that the reason I bring it up, right, is because I want to find a nice backdrop, and just something to take pictures or whatever, right? The blanket is good, but it only goes so far, right? So I'm like, I'm in El Sereno, right? And El Sereno has nice, is a hilly neighborhood or whatever, right? As including wherever Maria's folks live. So basically, I drive to their house, right? I drive over to the hills because it's not too far. It's El Sereno, right? Neighbors. So I drive from one part of the hill to the other, and I don't park right in front of their house, right? That's weird, right? But you park a few doors down.
Why?
So you can get shots like this, and I don't know. So
background is blurred. You can just anywhere, any neighborhood. Didn't have to be specifically her.
I know. I was thinking about that, but then I'm close to like people I know, right? Like familiar company, even though I'm not going to see them. Like you're
not going to say hi. You're not
just the fact that I know that they're nearby just makes you feel better, right?
They don't know you're nearby. What if they?
That I know that they're nearby. Oh, they don't have to know that I'm there.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's not like stock. That's not stalking at all. Okay, that's not weird or anything. Okay, but
that's sus as fuck.
It is not sus. Okay, there's no sus. That's cap. Okay, no sus. And that's facts. Okay, all right. But I tell you, these burgers, in the same vein of colloquialism, are bussin'. Okay, these are great burgers. But yeah, no, I mean, look, if you lived in that neighborhood, you would know where I am. You would appreciate where this is coming from and what it represents and it's great. It's great.
I hope Maria listens to this episode. I really do.
She's still catching up, so she'll get to it eventually, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, when you're out of state after all this, after her parents have a restraining order.
I think she was familiar with the fact that I probably did this. Maybe she forgot. I might have told her, like, in passing. I don't know, but I just
in passing.
It's like, hey, I was by your parents anyway. But yeah,
I used that as my backdrop for my pictures.
There you go.
You should.
Yeah, it's great.
Look, all right.
But yeah, so
that is key.
It's just very LA, okay? Just LA-esque, picturesque, LA. Anyway, and it gives me context as well, right? It reminds me of, what it all means.
What does it all mean?
I'm hungry, obviously.
And you can only eat it by Maria's parents' place?
It's where I feel most at home in this case, right? It's close by.
I guess.
I don't
know. When did Tomo and Kanara move there? That was after, huh?
Yeah. Well, okay. So these pictures were in, what year did they move? Was it 20 or 21? I don't remember, because this was like end of 20. So I think they were around that time, I want to say.
Yeah, it might be close. You could have gone to their place if they were there.
Moving on. We have next. This next pop-up. It is a street, right? But it's what it means. Right? His parents' house. Right, like exactly. This is Not quite, but it is still on the east side of LA. But this is kind of the other side of the big hill, not El Sereno, but City Terrace. And the location is familiar. We've talked about before. This is Sarah's Market. And so one of their pop-ups during this time, again, we talk about Sarah's Market. A lot of great, vendors come through there, pop-ups. They do a great job of bring community and everything together through food and staying with the community. So what we see here actually is a food truck, and the food truck is called On the Go LA. I don't know if they're still as active or whatever, but they're basically a truck that you can rent. So it's like a small operation. Like they have this one truck or whatever that people can rent for a period of time, and they do their pop-ups or whatever. I don't know. So it wasn't just them. There are other pop-ups as well that would use this. But this was definitely one of the ones that I remember visiting and trying during that time. But yeah, so instead of doing the tents and breaking down the equipment and whatever, so you get a food truck.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is a cool concept actually. But you can see here people are still masking and still gotta be distant and whatever. But yeah, so this was just another visit. This is the Tepic. This, and you can see here one detail I think that didn't come through maybe in the others early on were the fried onions. So similar to like a fried onion smash burger, have these kind of caramelized onions that are cooked on the grill when the burger is smashed, the patty smashed on the grill. You add the onions, adds that caramelization, soaks up some beef flavor, whatever. So anyway, great burger. You see again, you see great view of the layers, right? The meat, cheese, with the tzatziki of the ham, the panela, the tomato, the spicy mustard, so great burgers, great time at Sarah's Market. Again, it's a shame, during this time, this was in the thick of the pandemic, already like a year in or whatever. So, the crowds were really not what you call existent, but people came through, they would support, but it's just different, right? You don't get that. You don't get those great vibes of, but, so that's at Sarah's Market down there. Again, if, more shots of the burger on the pandemic backdrop there. So
Mm-hmm.
it's nice. It's nice. So I mean, between these two, Mychow, I mean, which one, if you had to choose one at this point, even though you've tried neither, I mean, which would you go with?
Well, I mean, the Topeka is obviously the one that's caught my interest.
Okay. But it's not
Probably
necessarily
a
because
burger
like,
with,
uh-huh.
well, it's already a burger, right? But then you add more meat on a burger, and then like, I'm more interested in it. Give me the extra ham slice.
That's a good point. Yeah. Meat on meat.
Can't go
Meats.
wrong.
That's right. So yeah, Sarah's Market, just keep them in mind, always bringing people through.
Yeah,
But
they
this
always has
was,
big pop-ups, or at
yeah,
least pop-ups that you decide to visit.
yeah, yeah. I mean, anyone they bring through, no doubt it's going to be a hit. So this was just another pop-up, another pickup. I think this is definitely a pickup, where you kind of pre-order, online, you pay in advance, you set a time, so everyone kind of had their own little system on how to do it. Some of them used like, online payment services. Others would use something as simple as Venmo or Zelle or something like that. So anyway, that's just, examples of like what these guys were doing. But yeah, no, just visited. And again, this was during times we're picking up, so it's not as busy. It's not as, crowded or overwhelmed with people. So this is a nice time to just kind of hang out and kind of see them in action. So yeah, this you see the burgers being smashed on the grill. That reminds me though, I need to break out the flat top eventually and break that in,
Of course.
But yeah, I mean, you just see those burgers kind of being made. Here's a shot of the grill with the ham and the cheese, the panella, being fried there on the flat top too. So yeah, it's nice, when I had the chance to visit a lot of these guys, not just these guys, but other pop-ups, and for burgers particularly, it's nice to see the process, kind of going. So you see that, they have the burger smashed and they're topping it there with the onions. And then, some of them will season it. Some of them will just let it cook. Some of them, so, yeah, it's a good visit. And, then you have the others, in the crew kind of, the term is like doping the bun and then kind of topping it with layering it with all the ingredients and everything. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just nice to kind of see how it's all put together. But Hangaburs, once again, this visit was for a Topeka. I think that's the only one I got, I guess. Oh no, I got the original too. No. Oh. I got both. I got one of each.
Okay.
No, look, let me show you again. Another visit up the hills. Okay.
Okay, that could be anywhere. It could be anywhere.
But it's not. It's at El Sereno.
That could be anywhere in El Sereno. Yeah.
Well, no, but it's in a particular spot in El Sereno.
Oh.
Yeah, you can tell because of the way it is.
Can you?
Yeah, all the background and the hills and the valleys and where those buildings are and how you can easily tell. There's like there's no mistake. Right? Yeah, no mistake. But otherwise you just use the backdrops and you're happy with it. So it's fine. It's fine. But without it, I mean, how will you know you're in LA? It's totally LA, it's great. Yeah. It's not weird. Okay. Tell you that.
Okay.
It's
okay.
Oh man. Yeah. But the probably one of the last albums I'll share here was actually with Maria. So this was the day that when she had visited. If you remember, we hung out. We met at Tomo's because definitely at that time there were in El Sereno. Okay. So we met up at their place, and Maria and Patrick were down. Were down too, and but we kind of went on a little. It kind of took them, and we went on a little kind of mini food crawl. And so that included picking up our lunch from A's. But then we also visited Hamburgers Nice and then Hangaburs. So with each spot, I would ask Maria to, help me take a picture, model a little bit with these with the food. And so we're out here like by Tomo's like patio or something, right? Or a little balcony.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we're just taking pictures here as the food grows cold, but that's fine.
That's the tradition.
Exactly. As per usual. But yeah, no, this was just another great, it was a great visit, a good, example of just like, and I think she liked it. I hope she did.
Okay.
We can ask her, I guess, but no, it was good. So we have the Tapik here, we have the original here. So she got to try both, thankfully. But again, on top of that, she tried Hamburgers Nice, and she had Ace Barbecue. So yeah, nice, a nice, great array of like sampling of like everything in one day. So I was happy. We were able to kind of pull that off. But yeah, I mean, obviously this is just like,
well, so none of the pictures with Maria are at her parents' place or near her parents' place.
What, here?
Yeah.
This is in El Sereno.
With her. Okay. Yeah. All I need to know.
Good enough. So, but yeah, so that was, there's obviously much more, many more pop-ups and things to enjoy, and many places that they've popped up. They've, like I said, they've found themselves down in like, in the South Bay. They do a few in like Long Beach. They have recently kind of done pop-ups in the OC. I think they were even invited to, like, I'm trying to remember. I'm sure if I find the link, I'll share it. Went to this like food event, this LA Times sponsored food event, and they had participated in there, and I'm sure they did really well in whatever they were doing. So yeah, they really. Actually, there was even a video I forgot I was going to share or just kind of play while we were kind of talking. But they were featured in a video from Chef Alvin Kailan, who hosts the burger show or from First and Feast. Yeah. So that's them, right? Alicia and Cecilia. And yeah, so in this episode, they featured them and also Yellow Paper, which is also a great, burger spot. We just talked about them earlier, right? So, but anyway, this is Hangaburs. So it's great. I mean, it's, you get to hear a little bit about their story and like, and everything there. What was fun, I don't remember if it was from this video or just some other thing that I seen, the word, right? The name Hangaburs, is, just their way of, having a little fun with the name, because Hangaburs is supposedly how a young child would pronounce that word.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, the word hamburgers as Hangaburs. So
okay,
a fun little play on that. But just a great addition, I think, to the rotation of great burgers, smash burgers in the LA scene. And I think this would definitely be a unique bite to have here, and something to, I don't know, just really enjoy here. So I don't know. There was a pic, I don't know if I have it here, but we had talked about them from a previous episode, right? And there was a recent visit that I had made out there. I do have the picture here. I'll just show this one. This was out at Sarah Market. Again, recently we talked about them. They were popping up alongside Eastside Cheesecakes, but it had been a minute since I had visited them, and I just wanted to, I was reminded again of how good they are. But at this point, they had changed out their buns. So they were, all the pictures we had seen before had used Martin's potato buns. And Martin's is a bun. It's a potato bun. It has a different kind of texture. People may prefer a potato bun over a white plushy bun for, whatever reasons, texture, just bite, whatever. It's a great bun, a potato bun in general, but Martin's particularly. And to source it actually can be surprisingly challenging, I guess, because they're based on the East Coast. And so to get it out here was a challenge, especially early on. But there are suppliers and purveyors and such that make it happen. So they were using it. A lot of burger places, I think Smash Burgers and otherwise, use it as well. But they changed it out, and there was there's a link again, something we'll share of a post that they have, and I'll show it here too. I won't go through it, but I mean, when you see it, you can kind of take a look at, what I'm talking about here. There is some controversy over, the use of the of the brand, because I think its owner was supporting, we're supporting things that were anti, LGBTQ and so forth, and just wasn't really aligning with the values of these guys. You know what I mean? So I think as a result, this was their way of kind of taking a stand and swapping the buns out for something else. So, it can be hard in some ways. You have a product that, that works and that, that people like already, right, as is. But I think when something maybe like this as strongly affects you in a deep way, and something, then, I think sometimes you're just compelled to make a big change as a result, which I think is great. And it's just their way of aligning better with, with their values and really literally who they are, which is, but thankfully, what they switched out with is a white plushy bun from a local bakery. And, when I visited there and had it, it was great. It was still a great burger. It had the right kind of texture. Just, it wasn't, not everything. It wasn't too thick. It didn't bite, difficult. It was just an easy bite. So yeah, it was, that choice was a good choice to make, and worked out for them. And I'm sure, other people will agree too, since people are still going, they're still supporting. So it's just, like I said, another great burger in LA. So, yeah, I mean, we've talked about a lot of burgers. I mean, there's a lot going on. So, I mean, this is definitely up there with some of the faves. I know you've had your share of burgers we've had together, from other great places. So, I know you have your favorites too. But this would be just another one to get on there. So I don't know, when are we going? I don't know. Just
got to add it to the rotation.
We do add it to the schedule, get it to the calendar, and get it on there. So, yeah, I don't know. More to come, right? More to come.
Hopefully.
Yep. But anyway, sounds like we've come to the end of another episode. Thank you for joining us. We're excited to bring you more of our adventures with good food and good people. You can reach out. We're here on Instagram. I'm at Dumb and Hungry. He's at my_chow. You can email us at hi@dumbandhungry.com, where you can send us your feedback and your love letters. You can find the videos here on YouTube. Won't you like and subscribe? Oh, and smash, right? You can also find the audio here on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever else fine podcasts are served. But until next time, I'm Angelo.
Not Mychow.
And on your next food adventure, remember to try one of each. Well, we're back. Missed us?
We're never done.
Like I said, more to come.
Always.
More to endure. But yes, welcome back, everyone, to our little after show. I wanted to kind of save this for some of the things that I wanted to, some of the things I've eaten once again recently, but wanted to kind of go a little more in depth with. The couple things I wanted to share, I mentioned earlier, was about my visit to Smorgasburg with David of Best Food LA. Oh man, no, I'm gonna botch this now. Hold on, let me look it up. But yeah, he was nice enough to let me join him, and we visited. Like I said, there was an event from Smorgasburg in highlighting burgers because of National Burger Day, and so I just asked him, hey, are you gonna be there? Maybe we can meet up. Yeah, so he was definitely down. So this is his Instagram. This is Best of LA Food. All right, I got that right now. Best of LA Food. Again, gold line. But yeah, you can see he's really visiting a lot of great places, trying out places, supporting small businesses, local businesses. And I think that's, really a lot of what it's all about. A lot of these food personalities, I want to say, influencers and creators and things like that, pop-ups and so forth, sharing their content and other people sharing and supporting each other. It's a great kind of community to be in. And so David is just one great example of that. So if you haven't already, you definitely need to check him out and follow and see what he's up to. He's here on Instagram. He's got his TikTok as well, which is surprisingly growing, or maybe not surprisingly. He's mentioned not surprisingly that things like reviews really get the views, if you will. It's one thing to highlight, and kind of showcase these places, but it's another thing to really kind of review them and give the people your thoughts on really what it's all about. Now he has good, I think generally he has pretty good judgment and pretty good outlook on on views on these things. So I definitely follow what he's eaten these days. So definitely something worth trying out. But at Smorgasburg, it was kind of an overcast day, but thankfully, so it's not too hot, but I wish it were a little more sunny that day, but it was okay. You get there like right around 10, right when it opens. Thankfully, it's like not too busy. When you get there, people are just starting to pour in. But yeah, so I think that day there were definitely a few spots that were there and highlighted. I'm trying to see here. I don't have everything I wanted to line up, but that's okay. So the places that we visited, we hit up there, were the following. We had Softies. So Softies, I think they're based here, I think in the OC. I'd never heard of them. David never heard of them, but they do smash burgers, and they do their pop-ups around the OC. But they seem to make like a pretty good quality, like higher quality product. I don't remember the exact names of the things that they were offering, but we had like what I would consider their kind of standard smash burger, which I think they called a Cali. So this was maybe a pick at Smart. Yeah, they had the Cali, the High Verde, crispy shroom, and pork belly. So we had the Cali. That seemed like a standard smash burger. So that was good. So yeah, I mean, we were there. We didn't have to wait too long, so it was in the beginning. So the only reason we got one was because there was just more we were going to try out, throughout the day. So I guess we were just trying to pace ourselves and like kind of take it easy, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, this is them. This is Softies. And yeah, that was a good burger, I'm trying to remember where those pictures are, but that's fine. It was a good burger, just a good smash burger. It honestly, it reminded me more. It did remind me of like a smash from Proudly Serving, which we kind of just mentioned.
Mm.
It kind of reminds me in that vein, but it is a good burger, as its own. What was nice, a nice touch to it. If you kind of see here, see on the burger here on the left, like kind of on the top bun, there's it's actually a cheese crust, like a cheese crust here on the bottom side of the bun.
Okay.
So, it's a nice touch. It's crispy, it has a nice bite to it. So that was Softies. And then the next one we had was from Love Hour. So Love Hour is a regular, spot at Smorg. And so and they're definitely one of the OGs here in the smash burger scene in LA, and people love them. They just make a great burger, and I think what sets them apart definitely are their is the sauce and their pickles, whatever you top on there. But the love sauce, that's they call it, is a great it's a great addition to the burger. So whenever you when you order that, you definitely got to make sure it's loaded on there. It's a great definitely a great burger. But yeah, that's Love Hour. So Love Hour also, I think they have their own spot now. You should have the
Oh.
yeah, they're down in K-Town. Remember when we went to Gultong?
Yeah.
On that stretch of Western, yeah.
Yeah.
They're just right around there.
Really?
Why does my search results show up in Bing? Oh my gosh, this is not. Yeah, thanks a lot, Bing. Whatever. But yeah,
when you use...
remember when? And we had dessert here at Boomson.
Oh,
right.
Oh, it's behind it. That's right.
Yeah. So that was formerly.
Oh, that's right.
I already forgot the name of the bar.
Something bomb. Was it Belly Bomb? No.
Yeah, something belly something. Beer belly?
Something, yeah.
But yeah. But Love Hour's there, so they post up there. They still have the drinks and the bar and everything, and then they have the burgers there too. But again, if not here, you catch them at Smorgasburg. You'll definitely find them there. But great burgers always. I'm glad that we had gotten it. Kind of remind us of the good burger that it is. One of the other spots that we visited out there was a spot called Mychow, and they, I believe, were based in New York. The chef there behind it is actually I've already forgotten my facts. If she was
oh boy,
participated or had as a participant or a judge. Hold on. There we go. TV chef at Food Network. I'll just put it that way. Look at that. That looks pretty official. Yeah, they're there somewhere.
What are we looking at?
I don't know. Actually, I think I didn't switch it over. Fine, but that's fine. It's fine. Chef Debbie Lee. Okay, so that's what that is. But they made this burger. Okay, that's what matters. It's a bulgogi burger. So you have your burger, but then you have on top of that the marinated bulgogi, and then you have kind of these caramelized onions. You see this bed of green. It's like this big green leaf thing on the bottom. That was interesting.
And you pulled it out, right?
Well, I couldn't. I wanted to
tablecloth trick,
right? No, we kept it on. That's fine. It was still good.
Oh, good.
Yeah. But that's each. I think they'll be making a spot. Maybe they're there. I guess they're there. I think they'll have a brick and mortar somewhere, sometime soon, sooner than we think. But yeah, so that was them, and then
it's gonna be in Highland Park, huh?
Oh, where did you see that? I didn't see that. Nice.
It's an Eater LA article
Oh, okay, cool. All right. See, there you go.
from
Um,
January though, so I don't know.
okay. But the last place we hit up here was New York's chopped cheese. So, chopped cheese is a popular item in New York. There are a few places out here that's starting to make their way, but chopped cheese
You've
is very
mentioned
casual
before.
food. It's like something you pick up from the market, in New York, the bodegas or something. You get it for like $5-6, and it's what it is. It's like chopped beef, right? Like hamburger meat, and then just kind of seasoned, and then you have like the lettuce and tomato in there. David made a good comparison. It's like taco
Sloppy
seasoning.
Joe. Oh,
Maybe not like sloppy Joe, but like, yeah, like that taco meat, like on taco night,
okay.
but in
I
this
love
kind
that
of
though.
bread roll. But yeah, it's nice. I don't know. Again, there are a couple places in LA that have come up that do serve it out, but again, you're not going to get it for like $5-6. You're going to get it for like, I don't know, 12-15 dollars.
15. Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just the LA way. But it was good. I mean, if I'm getting this for like $5-6, this is a great meal. So a
Well,
great bite. So yeah, but that was from New York's chopped cheese. So we visited those spots. Oh, here's the Love Hour pick. Just FYI, this was great. You got the love sauce, the pickles, a little bit. You got that chili in there. So yeah, great burger. So we visited those spots, and then David reminded me that, or suggested that we visit Amboy out in Chinatown, because they were serving this burger that weekend. Had something on special called the Theta Burger, and I'm going to bring that up here. And the Theta Burger was featured in an episode of the Burger Show that, again, Alvin kind of hosts there with George Motes, if you remember that fellow.
How could we forget?
America's burger historian and scholar. But they visit a restaurant that serves this like very regional style of burger called the Theta, and it's a burger covered with well, I'll share the link so you can find out yourself. But you can see here,
Fair.
what you can see here very obviously is like shredded cheddar. There's also like this sauce on there, this hickory like sauce. If you remember, we've been to Apple Pan that serves up a hickory sauce like that, but this sauce is more kind of on this kind of less sweet and more on the maybe tangier, savory side as a sauce. But it was a good bite. But yeah, that was the Theta Burger. So unfortunately, I don't think they're serving it anymore, but it reminds me that, as far as, again, one of the great burgers out there, Amboy is definitely a great place to be, right? So they're here in Chinatown. We mentioned them that they're one of the vendors in that new Topanga
Oh yes, that's right.
food court. So they're there
Has that
too.
opened?
Yeah, it's
It
open.
has. Okay.
Yeah, plenty. So, yeah, I mean, this is a great, and again, it's at least for you too. I mean, because of where you are, it's super close. So, I mean, like, you can definitely, pay a visit over there in Chinatown. But yeah, the Theta Burger was a good bite. Glad we did it. Personally, I finished it off with some Scoops ice cream, for balance, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
The other major food group.
Exactly. Yeah. So, so that was our day at Smorgasburg and at Amboy. The other spot I wanted to talk about was from a visit recently, maybe just in the past week. Want to give a shout out to my buddy Jose. He suggested a spot out in Artesia, of all places, called Nilly's. And Nilly's it's a burger restaurant in Artesia. It's on this stretch of Pioneer Ave. And if you happen to know that area, actually, that stretch is actually kind of, I think it's officially called, but maybe informally known as like Little India. It's like this high concentration of Indian restaurants along that street. But this is not an Indian restaurant. This is definitely a burger restaurant. And it's great. I'll tell you right now, it's a great spot. It's a small spot, but they got a good vibe, good space. It looks like a Filipino owned business. So, call out to
What a shame.
Wait, what? What was that?
Nothing.
Gotta support our people here, but that's okay.
Ugh.
Okay, you know what? They serve these burgers. So their menu is relatively simple. We tried a few items. We had a burger, we had a patty melt, and we had an order of chili cheese fries. I don't know if I have that. I'm sure I had something up here, but I wanted to say that burger, it's not a smash burger, but it is pressed on the grill. So you have the patties that are kind of rolled in balls, but then they're placed on the grill, right? The griddle, and then they're pressed, but they're not smashed. So that's kind of an interesting kind of distinction or take. So I could show something here. These were just like the pictures I just got from them. But yeah, you can see here on the grill, like
flat.
It's pretty flat, but it's not like flat. These don't have like the lacy edges like we're used to with a smash burger. But you can see here, actually I'll show here first the burgers. This is the burger, right? So it's still, I mean, it's not like thick, multiple C's, it's not pub style, whatever, but yeah. But you have the burger, and then it's just like simply topped with like a little, they have the fried onion, you have some pickle and like some onion, some mustard in there too. So it's nothing too complicated. And it's done pretty nicely. It's a great burger. It's cooked really nicely and it tastes real good. Here's a
toast version.
Here's a pic of the chili cheese fries. So the chili cheese fries actually is interesting because, so you have chili, which is like a very meaty chili, and then you have your kind of cheese here, and then they also top it with sour cream.
I see nothing wrong with this.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying, like, amazing. It's a nice addition, because usually when you have chili cheese fries, it's just like the chili cheese fries, right? And maybe like, you have those places that like top it with pastrami, which is great too, right? But
shout out to that.
But yeah, but like how, but you know how it is, like when you have a chili, like sour cream or whatever is just a nice, addition to that too, right? So, and you can also hear the thinly sliced onions, same thing that they use on the burgers, like they kind of slice it super thin, and then they top it on there, and with the pickles too. So it's, I mean, this was surprisingly, not that I had any doubt, but it was surprisingly great. I enjoyed that very much. We both enjoyed it.
Good.
Yeah. So, so that's the chili cheese. We showed the burger, and then the patty melt. The patty melt was, again, like just kind of the burger prepared the same way, but like instead of that, you use this, instead of the bun, you have this toasted bread.
Toast.
Okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that turned out great too. So, enjoyed that very much. Like I said, they also have like hot dogs apparently. I didn't know that, but so next time I'm there, I will try more of that out. But again, the menu is like relatively simple. So, but whatever you do get there, it's probably going to be good. So no problems there, right?
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, Nilly's. And again, it's our people. So I don't know. Support them, I guess. Yeah. So that's Nilly's. Thank you again to Jose for the rec. So yeah. So those were just some of the burgers, I guess, to enjoy lately, and maybe more burgers that you should maybe add to your rotation or keep in mind and have fun with. And I don't know, just again, support if you can, those small local businesses. Yeah, they make a real good stuff there. Anyway, so that's us. That's our food and our burgers. So thanks again, everyone, for watching and listening, and hopefully we will catch you at the next one.